What it is, YouTube? It's your boy Nitzy coming back with another bullseye of a tutorial here today on the channel. Okay, so we got it here today. It's gonna be the deep PlayBoi Carti vocal preset. Let's not waste no time. Let's get to it right now.
In the middle of the field, throwing me a bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Standing in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Standing in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. In the middle of the field, throwing me a bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Standing in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Standing in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. In the middle of the field, throwing me a bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Standing in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Standing in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. In the middle of the field, throwing me a bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback.
Okay, so that's me gonna give y'all today this PlayBoi Carti sauce. Okay, so if you guys do like the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also drop more suggestions for artists down below. So originally I was gonna wait till Carti dropped the tape, but you know, with the way Carti moved, it was gonna take too long. So I was already prepared, and now we getting on this right now. So this is the vocal sauce that we got here for today's back rooms. You know, PlayBoi Carti recently changed up his voice and style. I like it, so we dropping the preset today. We dropping the super vocal sauce in the jams. Damn, bruh. Okay, let's see what it sound like with and without.
In the middle of the field, throwing me a bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Standing in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Standing in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. In the middle of the field, throwing me a bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Standing in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Standing in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. In the middle of the field, throwing me a bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback.
Okay, real easy. PlayBoi Carti. Okay, we got the Carti sauce today that we finna drop. So the thing about Carti, you know, when you're a rapper and you're an engineer, right? You gotta always think about the aesthetic. And what is Carti's aesthetic right now? He's doing like that goth type of all black leather, black everything. You feel me? Like just gothic type of sound. So that's what we're going for, something that's hard and grungy. You know, like especially with Opium, like Ken Carson, Destroy Lonely, they all have this grungy type of aesthetic. You feel me? So the image of a rapper is very important as an engineer to translate that into an actual sound. So that's what we're going for. A dark sound, but still feel pro and mainstream, bruh. So the auto-tune settings right here, 3 retune speed, 3 flex tune, and you know, a nice little bit of low humanize. I don't know what it is, but it just really makes Carti sound dope when he do his deep voice.
In the middle of the field, throwing me a bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Standing in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Standing in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that.
Okay, so as you can see, we nailed the auto-tune settings as well. So I like it. You know what, Carti, he's kind of doing like this deep voice thing, but there comes to a certain point where his vocal becomes like an airhead, where it becomes like a bike tire after you pumping it, and at a certain point, the words kind of inflate a little bit. So that's where the flex tune, that expressive kind of tone, really helped us a lot. Okay, so after that, let's look at the vocal preset. I understand with a guy like Carti, I want a little bit of presence. You feel me? I want a little bit of, you know, that type of like dingy is the word I would use it. So when I think of like wanting to make something sound dingy, a little bit mucky, a little bit of dirty, I think about analog model plugins. So I use the Shep 73, and pay attention to how I, on purpose, I'm pushing the vocal into the plugin. I'm pressing it up against the glass a little bit. When you press something up with the glass a little bit, you get a different type of reaction. All right, so we're rolling off some lows, rolling off some bottom, and most important thing is just using like the top end on Carti's voice.
In the middle of the field, throwing me a bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Standing in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Standing in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. In the middle of the field, throwing me a bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Standing in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Standing in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. In the middle of the field, throwing me a bomb, throwing that hoe like.
Most importantly, just those transistors inside of an E73, and just, you know, purposely on point, pushing the vocal into the plugin, giving it a little bit more saturation, giving it a little more juice that gives a little bit more bite, you know. So like guys like Carti, they're always wearing like chains and spikes and shit like that. So automatically as an engineer, bro, you got to use the cues of the image of the rapper and translate that into the image, into the music. Because once you see like the image, and then you hear the image, and it's consistent. That's the cohesive. That's emotional glue. You feel like, damn, Carti, he has a grungy type of sound, and he has a grungy type of image. So that's what we bring in. A de-esser. Everybody and their mama know what this do.
In the middle of the field, throwing me bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Stand in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Stand in the field, holding the bomb.
Okay, so we got that. After that, every time I love using something like a Kramer Pi. I love the way it squeezes the mid-range a little bit. This is kind of like a solid state compressor. I think it's like a pulse wave modular compressor as well. So just understand that it has a gritty type of tone to it. Sometimes you go to a compressor that make things a little bit more chill and smooth, laid back. You know I'm vibing. But then sometimes you go to a compressor that get a little bit more energy, a little bit more power, a little bit more authority. You feel me? Like that annoying ass school teacher that's on your back. You feel me? When you want to crank up and turn up, sometimes certain compressors have a certain tone that, you know, project that idea emotionally, that we turning up, you feel me? So a compressor like the CL1B is more smooth, is more like your chilled, laid back, mellow friend, but something like a Kramer is a little bit more aggressive.
In the middle of the field, throwing me bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Stand in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Stand in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. In the middle of the field, throwing me bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Stand in the field, holding the bomb.
So you hear, most importantly, understand that the compressor is not about taming no damn peaks. It's about attitude. You feel me? It's about how I want the vocal to start talking. The vocal is saying some words, but the actual tone, the way it feels for Carti, it has a whole nother story to it, bruh. And you hear the darkness in his vocal, you feel me? So after that, you know, we have the pop vocal preset, and I'm using soft behavior, soft knee. Just pretty much this optical compressor ain't working too fast because Carti isn't rapping fast on this song like that. In the middle of the field, throwing a bomb, you know, he's extending his words out too. So for the most part, I have slower release times on the C4 multiband.
In the middle of the field, throwing me bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Stand in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Stand in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. In the middle of the field, throwing me a bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Stand in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that.
All right, so you guys see what's going on here. It also changed it to manual release. So yeah, that's the most important thing. You know, usually if a rapper is rapping fast, you want a faster release time that can be like the tail on the dog. You feel me? Like if a dog is really happy, you see his tail kind of moving around fast. You feel me? It reflects how the dog feels. So the same thing when it comes to vocals and compressors, that release time is gonna kind of have like an emotional aspect to it too. Like if he's rapping a little bit slower, you want a slower release time that's gonna get the full juice out of the lemon. You feel me? Get the full pulp out of the apple. You feel me? Or the orange or whatever like that, you know? So after that, we have Arvox bringing a little bit of low mid presence to a guy like Carti, and that's coming down to me doing an aggressive cut on the low end. You feel me? I was mostly cutting low end and mid range, so now I'm getting some of that plump Georgia peach coming back in, a little bit of that fullness through my compressor.
In the middle of the field, throwing me bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Stand in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Stand in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. In the middle of the field, throwing me a bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Stand in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback.
Yeah, so that's what the Arvox is doing, bringing in some low mid density and size. And then after that, at that point, you know, we starting to work on the low end for Carti's vocals. So we cutting off low end and we flattening out that mid range. I hear in this song specifically that his mid range is very, very flat, bruh. So of course we kind of level that out. You feel me? It's like a situation when, you know, sometimes people, when they try to build a house over like a hill or some shit like that, what do? They bring in that big bulldozer and blow down all the rocks, and they smooth out the surface. So that's what this EQ is doing, is smoothing out the surface of that lower part of his vocal. You feel me?
In the middle of the field, throwing me a bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Stand in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Stand in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. In the middle of the field, throwing me a bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Stand in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback.
And also there's like this little bit of more mid-range bite, like how I said opium. You think of the spiky belt, the spiky chain, this all that spike. So I'm adding a little bit of spike to the vocal. So what does that mean, spike to the vocal? Well, obviously when you think about spike, you kind of do think about that hard part, that harshness in the vocal. So we are boosting a little bit of that mid-range where it is at, to give a little bit of that spikiness. When you think of Carti, you think of all black nails and black everything, black piercings on his face, and all that stuff is sharp. A piercing is sharp, my nigga. So I'm trying to help you understand, bruh. Like you gotta make the song emotionally match the image of the rapper. You feel me? So that's why I'm going with this vocal preset. After that, we have the API 560, and this is mostly just to give more tone, right? We hitting the analog button, like how I said it. But the whole opium aesthetic is very grungy. You feel me? They always have like the skinny models and stuff like that with the bob cuts, and like Destroy Lonely's image is kind of like that too. You feel me? Chains and shit like that. And yeah, so that's why we hitting the analog to make it a little bit more dingy, to make it a little bit more grittier. You feel me? We going after texture. We're going after a feeling, you know? So we rolling off bottom as well on these 3 bands. I pull them all back together like this, boom, and you pull them all back, you highlight them and pull them all back. And then just doing this to give a little bit more, yeah, that's all I really used it for, was the bottom end and the analog saturation. That's pretty much it.
In the middle of the field, throwing me a bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Stand in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Stand in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. In the middle of the field, throwing me a bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Stand in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback.
And I like that too, because like it's giving me saturation, but API has a more modern tone versus where the Neve has a more throwback tone. You feel me? So understanding like the tonal seasoning of why maybe I'm picking ketchup over mustard, why am I picking garlic over mayonnaise? You know, understanding that each one of these plugins have a different flavor default is very important, because you can make mixing and getting the sound easy. Just like how you see in this video, I got it sounding damn exactly like Carti, bruh. So obviously I know what I'm talking about. But fresh air, we're using this to, you know, take that bike tire and pump up a little bit of fresh breath into the vocal.
In the middle of the field, throwing me a bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Stand in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Stand in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. In the middle of the field, throwing me a bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback.
But like how I said before, I'm not going with the super sparkly top end, because Carti's vocals are not super bright, wispy in the end. It's more like mid-range bite. You feel me? So strategically only going after this one specifically. I know exactly what I want. I know the aesthetic, right? And then after that, we have a de-esser, and then we have a Silk Vocal by Waves. I like this plugin a lot. I've been using it on Parallel though, bruh. I've been using it on Parallel, and I don't know what it does. It just squeezes the vocal. It just holds everything together. And especially, this is kind of like another layer of compression. This is like another RVox between these 2 plugins.
In the middle of the field, throwing me a bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Stand in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Stand in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. In the middle of the field, throwing me a bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Stand in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Stand in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. In the middle of the field, throwing me a bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Stand in the field.
All right, so yeah, after that we have the H delay. You know, just doing an 8th note, he definitely had a fast ass delay on.
In the middle of the field, throwing me a bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Stand in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe.
Yeah, that fast delay is cool. I kind of like to use that strategically in a way where it gives a little bit more pace. It kind of like, because he's rapping slow, that fast delay kind of picks up the pace a little bit. And because it's mixed so low, it makes it feel like the vocal is faster than what it really is. You know what I mean? It feels like 2 brothers. One brother is not in a rush, but the little brother who is behind and quieter, the delay, is in a rush. So it just kind of makes it feel like there's more of a sense of urgency with a quick delay like that, you know? After that, we have a distorted, you know, type of plate delay, really dope for Carti.
In the middle of the field, throwing me a bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Stand in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that.
All right, cool. And at that point, the vocal was so dirty, so we went to doubler 2, did not go to doubler stomp. And yeah, I just wrote off most of the bottom and the mid-range, because this is deep voice Carti, so we don't need the double up, all that mid-range and all that stuff like that. Like, nah, we don't need that. We just need mostly top end.
In the middle of the field, throwing me a bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Stand in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like.
Yep. All right. And after that, we have the Kramer Pie again, but on a parallel compressor. My last template I did for Destroy Lonely. It was crazy because you should look at it. I sounded exactly like Destroy Lonely. That's like one of my best presets that people, you know, ever reached out for and got. And it was like, I noticed that some people say it was maybe too distorted, right? In my video, it didn't sound distorted, but I understand that. So when I make the presets, I try to make it to like where when you use it, it's gonna be perfect for you. Like sometimes I can make it sound exactly like the song, but then you use it and it's like, oh, like you know, like it's kind of like you want to wear a shirt that you can wear all the time. You know, that's why I try to do with these presets. So understanding that we're using the Kramer tape to generate most of the distortion. You feel me? Like over here, we didn't really do too much distortion. The Neve is doing a little bit, the Kramer is doing a little bit, right? But this for the most part, this is very clean. You feel me? Versus where most of the distortion and the grit is coming between these two plugins, the L1 and the Kramer Pi.
In the middle of the field, throwing me bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Stand in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Stand in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. In the middle of the field, throwing me a bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Stand in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that.
Okay. All right. So yeah, no problem when it comes to generating distortion from something like that. And then after that, we have the ad-libs right here. And of course, it's just Carti, just vintage Carti ad-libs, bro.
In the middle of the field. What? Quarterback. What? Quarterback. What? Quarterback. What? Quarterback. What? Quarterback.
Yeah, so for the most part, we're getting some more of that texture that's kind of gluing the ad-libs together with the lead vocal. Then we have the RVox. After we cut off so much body, you know, we added back the body of the ad-lib so they could feel full, but with the compressor, the silk vocal, of course, doing some dynamic control. I love this preset right here. Jeff Ellis, rap, vocal ad-lib. It kind of just holds the ad-libs in place, right? I don't really like a radio effect too much on my ad-libs. I like to just roll off the top end. I like to just roll off the bottom and let the rest of the stuff be hi-fi, but sometimes it can get harsh. So that's why I like the silk vocal. Between REQ and silk vocal, I can still get that high-end fidelity. What? That's what makes Carti's ad-libs feel presence too, that there's still a good amount of high end. It's not like a typical radio effect where you just roll off all the top end. And then like a basic reverse reverb, which is not basic, that's kind of different. A reverse reverb on the ad-libs and then an H delay.
What? Quarterback. What? Quarterback. What? Quarterback. In the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Stand in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. In the middle of the field, throwing me a bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Stand in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that hoe like quarterback. Stand in the field, holding the bomb, throwing that.
And of course, we just had to hit it one more time just for the 100% accurate vocal tutorial. That easy. Somebody said, hey, Nick, do the deep voice Carti, because everybody been asking for Carti. But I've been like, okay, you feel me? Then somebody said, oh, Nick, you should do Carti. It should be a challenge for you. Carti, a challenge for, bro. I grew up listening to Carti, bro. It was so easy to do this. I did this vocal take like literally almost in like 5 minutes or something like that. It was so easy to do it. So I just want to say thanks a lot for being a great part of my YouTube family. Just want to say I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also check out the preset down below if y'all do want to get it. So you know, if you got more artists you want, go ahead and drop it down below and check out the description to get the preset. All right. Appreciate y'all now. Peace.